A volatile weather war is about to erupt across America, and January could bring the most brutal cold we've seen in years. Multiple major storm systems, rapid-fire temperature swings, a boundary between Arctic air and record warmth that will produce weather chaos for weeks. At minute 4:45, I'll reveal why the pattern flip you're hoping for is closer than you think. And at 10 minutes 30 seconds, you'll discover why January could deliver the snow and cold that December failed to provide. Right now, we're locked in an Arctic blast. Single-digit temperatures, brutal wind chills. This is real winter. The kind that bites. The kind that reminds you what December is supposed to feel like. But this cold won't last. It never does in this pattern. A brief warm-up is already building, then another cold shot, then warmth again, back and forth, over and over. This is the new reality. A battleground pattern, where warm air and cold air fight for dominance. And that battle creates storms. Lots of storms. The first major engagement happens Tuesday, December 16th into Wednesday the 17th. Warmer air surges into the eastern states, something we haven't seen much of in the first half of December. Our northern jet stream sits way up in Canada. Activity travels along the boundary between cold and warm. A clipper system drops from southern Hudson Bay, bringing a cold front with it. This clipper brings colder air into the northeast. Snowfall possible, maybe some showers. Wednesday and Thursday, December 17th and 18th. Nothing major, but notable. But the real action comes next. And this is where things get interesting. A strong low-pressure system develops over the Great Lakes around December 19th and 20th. This system packs a punch. Multiple punches, actually. It brings intense warmth ahead of it. Brief, but significant. Temperatures could spike 20 to 30 degrees above normal. Then the cold front hits. And it hits hard. A very strong cold front with a very intense Arctic air mass behind it. The temperature crash will be dramatic, potentially dangerous. Leading edge of the cold front could produce thunderstorms, heavy showers. We're monitoring severe weather risk for areas in the warm sector. As we get closer, we'll nail down specifics. But damaging winds are possible, maybe even isolated tornadoes. In December, because why not in this pattern? The cold front sweeps through. Arctic air floods in behind it. Lake effect snow machines fire up immediately. Heavy snow downwind of the Great Lakes. When lake effect snow is intense, that tells you how cold the air mass is. And this one will be cold. Legitimately cold. Multiple feet of snow possible in typical lake effect zones. December 19th through 21st. This could be a significant event for Buffalo, Erie, Watertown, and surrounding areas. Another clipper system follows, but this one stays well to the north. Unlike recent clippers that dove south into eastern states, this one behaves differently. We get cooler air again, December 22nd and 23rd. Then guess what happens? Warmth returns, December 24th and 25th. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day looking mild for most areas. I know that's disappointing for many of you, but that's what the pattern is showing. Then we enter a transient pattern. Lots of activity moving west to east, relatively flat flow. A miniature ridge over the west, a miniature trough in the east. Zonal overall. Snowfall possible in the northeast after Christmas. Light systems. Nothing major based on current data, but the pattern could shift. We'll watch closely. Keep watching because at minute 17, I'll show you why model disagreement on this pattern reveals something crucial about what's really coming. The European model and the GFS model are telling different stories. Very different stories. And that disagreement matters. The European model is showing the warmest solution we've seen in days. Minimal snowfall south of the Great Lakes and northeast. Warmth dominating through the end of December. The GFS model tells a completely different tale. Much colder, more snowfall opportunities, active pattern continuing. Let's break down the differences because this reveals important pattern dynamics. European model, the major storm moves into the east, some high elevation snow possible, brief but could accumulate. Then it shows cold air lingering through December 20th through 22nd. A system tries to develop, bringing mid-Atlantic snow potential. Within 10 days, close enough to pay attention to, worth monitoring. Overall, the European sees warmer periods. A snow system develops around December 26th, similar timing to the GFS. Northeastern snowfall, southeastern Canada sees snow too. Colder air makes its way in after Christmas. GFS model. More aggressive with cold. More snow opportunities. The major storm brings higher elevation snow. Then, cold air hangs around longer in the east. A system around December 26th brings snow to the northeast. After Christmas, colder air infiltrates more effectively than the European suggests. The GFS is more optimistic for snow lovers. The European is warmer and less active. Which one is right? Probably somewhere in between. But the GFS pattern looks more likely based on other indicators. Precipitation patterns favor the northwest heavily. Elevated precipitation there. Decent amounts in the east. Almost nothing over the plains. Temperature anomalies show below average along the deep south and Gulf states. Above average in the northwest. This is classic La Niña, textbook La Niña. Above average northwest, below average deep south. That's the signature, and we're seeing it clearly. But here's the important part. La Niña is weakening, expected to move toward neutral ENSO, maybe even El Niño as we progress through December, January, February. Moving away from La Niña, conditions changes everything. The pattern that dominates now won't dominate forever. As La Niña weakens, cold air can penetrate south more easily. This is why January looks brutal. The La Niña influence fades, cold air gets a better foothold, and we transition from a warm-dominated pattern to a cold-dominated pattern. Current Arctic blast is hard to forget, but another one arrives December 19th and 20th. A third one hits northern states December 22nd. Between these cold shots, warmth builds. We warm up significantly December 24th through 30th. Somewhere in that window, this warm spell has been pushed back repeatedly. We'll see if it holds. The GFS shows Arctic blast 1, 2, 3, then warmth. But colder air makes its way into the Great Lakes and Northeast differently than the European suggests. Cool down December 27th and 28th. Another one might follow. The GFS is more optimistic for cold and snow lovers. But here's where it gets really interesting. The CFS daily model from the National Weather Service shows something crucial. Their climate model looks at 10-day anomalies. December 16th through 26th shows mildly cold in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Most of that happens in the next couple days. Then warmer, but December 26th through January 5th, starting to cool back down. And by January 5th through 15th, definitely colder. This is the key message. These models do not see warmth as a forever thing. They see cold all the way through the end of January. Will January 1st through January 29th be entirely cold? Probably not. But the majority of January looks colder in the east with snowfall opportunities. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the pattern shift that delivers. December brings volatility. Warmth mixed with cold. Active but frustrating for snow lovers in most areas. January brings consistency. Colder overall. More opportunities for significant snow events, the kind of month winter enthusiasts dream about. The pattern we're in right now, this warm spell coming, it's relatively brief. 5 to 10 days of milder weather than we've been dealing with. Not a full blowtorch. Cold and snow opportunities are mixed in occasionally. This isn't a complete torch pattern. At least, not yet. We're monitoring closely. But I need you to understand something important. Every winter, even the coldest winters, have warmer spells. It's normal. It's expected. It's how winter works. Winter doesn't stay cold from December 1st through February 28th. That's not realistic. Even during the coldest winters on record, warm breaks occur. I know some of you want cold and snow 24/7, 365 days a year if you could have it. You're crazy for it. I love the energy. But it's not realistic. Warm breaks happen. Deal with it. Because what comes after makes it worth the wait. Let me walk you through the timeline day by day because this pattern is complex. Today through tomorrow, Arctic blast continues. Cold holds. Wind chills brutal. No relief yet. Tuesday, December 16th. Warmth starts building into the east. First warm surge. Brief but noticeable. Wednesday, December 17th. Warm air peaks. Then Clipper system brings cold front. Temperatures crash by evening. Thursday, December 18th. Cooler. Maybe some snow showers northeast. Nothing major. Friday, December 19th. Major storm system approaches Great Lakes. Warmth surges ahead of it. Could be significant warmth. Saturday, December 20th. Storm peaks. Cold front blasts through. Arctic air floods in. Lake effect snow erupts. Temperature crash dramatic. Sunday, December 21st, Arctic air settles in, lake effect continues, brutal cold, this is real winter. Monday, December 22nd, cold holds. Another clipper stays to the north. Doesn't affect most areas. Tuesday, December 23rd, still cool northern areas, warmth building in south. Wednesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve, warm for most, mild Christmas Eve. Not what traditionalists want, but that's the pattern. Thursday, December 25th, Christmas Day, continued warmth most areas. Brown Christmas for majority of country. Friday, December 26th, system possible bringing snow to northeast. We'll watch closely. Saturday, December 27th through Tuesday, December 30th. Transient pattern. Variable temperatures. Some systems possible, but nothing major currently indicated. Wednesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve through Thursday, January 1st. Pattern starts shifting. Colder air begins infiltrating more consistently. January 2nd through 15th, progressive cooling, more cold air penetration, more snow opportunities. This is when winter really arrives. Beyond mid-January, if current trends hold, cold pattern dominates. Multiple opportunities for significant snow events. The month snow lovers wait for. The severe weather risk for December 19th and 20th deserves attention. When you get intense warmth ahead of a strong cold front, severe weather is possible. Damaging winds, primary threat. Thunderstorm winds could reach 60 miles per hour. Hail possible in strongest cells. Tornadoes can't be ruled out. Areas most at risk. Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, possibly mid-Atlantic depending on track. Timing. Late afternoon through evening December 19th into early morning December 20th. This isn't a major outbreak, but it's worth monitoring. December's severe weather can catch people off guard. Stay alert. The lake effect snow event December 20th through 22nd could be significant. When Arctic air masses this strong move over warm lake waters, heavy snow results. Typical lake effect zones should prepare. Buffalo through Watertown, Erie through Cleveland, Grand Rapids, all the usual suspects. Multi-foot totals possible in heaviest bands. Localized amounts could exceed 3 feet in persistent bands. Travel will be dangerous, possibly impossible. This is the kind of lake effect that makes national news, the kind that buries cars, strands motorists, shuts down cities. If you live in lake effect zones, you know the drill. Stock supplies, charge devices, fill gas tanks, have backup heat. Don't travel unless absolutely necessary. Snowfall opportunities for areas south of the Great Lakes remain uncertain. The European model shows minimal snow, the GFS shows more chances. Truth probably lies somewhere between. Some systems will develop, some will bring snow, but consistency won't arrive until January. December is the warm-up act. January is the main event. Temperature swings will be dramatic this week. From below average cold to above average warmth, then back to cold, then warm again. Your heating system won't know what to do, your wardrobe will be confused, dress in layers, be prepared for anything. This volatility is exhausting, I get it, but it's temporary. January brings more consistency, more sustained cold, less back and forth chaos. The northwest precipitation continues relentlessly. Atmospheric rivers keep coming. Flooding remains a serious concern. Mountain snow accumulates to ridiculous amounts. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, this pattern offers no relief. Storm after storm. Rain and snow. Over and over. It's relentless. For the plains, it's the opposite. Almost no precipitation. Dry pattern continues. This benefits some, challenges others. The Deep South stays below average temperature-wise. La Niña influence keeps them cooler than normal. But as La Niña weakens, this could change. Pattern evolution matters more than any single forecast. We're transitioning from La Niña-dominated pattern to more neutral pattern. That transition takes time, happens gradually. As it happens, cold air access improves. Storm tracks shift. Snow opportunities increase. January benefits from this transition. Model uncertainty this far out is expected. European and GFS disagreeing is normal at this range. As we get closer, they'll converge on a solution. But the overall message is consistent across models. Volatility near term, cold pattern long term. January looks active and cold. For snow lovers discouraged by December, hold on. Your time is coming. January is your month. For warm weather fans enjoying December, enjoy it while it lasts. January brings the cold you've been avoiding. This pattern has something for everyone, just not all at the same time. The Christmas forecast remains mild for most. I know that's disappointing, but decorations don't require snow. Family gatherings don't need blizzards. Make the best of it. After Christmas, watch for systems to develop. December 26th through January 1st could see several snow chances for northern areas. Nothing major expected currently, but in volatile patterns, surprise systems can develop. We'll monitor closely. Your preparation steps vary by location and time frame. This week, prepare for temperature volatility. Layer clothing. Have options for both cold and mild weather. December 19th through 22nd. Great Lakes areas prepare for potential major lake effect. Stock supplies, plan to stay home. Christmas week. Most areas can relax. Mild weather, travel should be good. Enjoy the break. Late December into early January. Everyone prepare for pattern shift. Cold arriving. Winter coming for real. Northern areas prepare for active winter month. Multiple snow events likely. Stock supplies now. The message I want you to take away is this. Be patient. December's warm pattern is frustrating for winter fans. I get it, but it's temporary. January brings what December is missing. Cold, snow, real winter. The models see it. The pattern evolution supports it. The La Niña weakening enables it. January looks brutal. In the best possible way for winter lovers, in the worst possible way for warm weather fans. But that's months away. Focus on navigating December's volatility first. This week's temperature swings will be challenging. The Great Lakes storm December 19th and 20th will be impactful. Christmas will be mild, disappointing but manageable. Then we turn the corner into January, and everything changes. Cold air wins, snow opportunities multiply, winter arrives in force. For those asking about specific locations, here's the breakdown. Northeast, volatile December. Some snow chances. January looks much better. Multiple opportunities for significant snow. Great Lakes, major lake effect event December 20th through 22nd. Then quiet until late December, January very active. Mid-Atlantic, warmth dominates December. Occasional cold shots. January brings sustained cold. Snow chances improve dramatically. Ohio Valley back and forth December. Severe weather possible December 19th. January much colder, multiple snow opportunities. Southeast, below average December continues. Warmth briefly around Christmas. January stays cooler than normal. Plains. Dry December continues. Little precipitation. January could see more systems as pattern shifts. Northwest, relentless storms continue. No break in sight. Mountain snow totals astronomical. West Coast, warm and wet pattern continues. California flooding concerns remain. January may bring relief. The January brutality I mentioned applies primarily to the eastern two-thirds of the country, cold and active there. West stays milder. But brutal for the east means winter paradise for snow lovers. It means what you've been waiting for all fall. Cold air consistently in place, storm track favorable, multiple opportunities for significant snow events. Not just dustings, not just flurries, real accumulating snow. The kind that sticks around, the kind that builds. This is the pattern winter fans dream about, and it's coming in January. So yes, December is frustrating. Yes, the warm spell ahead is disappointing. Yes, Christmas being mild is a letdown. But January makes up for all of it. Brutal cold, heavy snow potential, active pattern, real winter. That's what's coming. That's what the models show. That's what the pattern evolution suggests. Hang in there through December's chaos. Navigate the volatility. Deal with the temperature swings. Because January is coming. And January delivers. The atmosphere is setting up a classic pattern. Warm December, cold January. Tale as old as time. Some winters front-load the cold, some backload it. This one backloads. December teases, January delivers. The war between warm and cold air continues through December. Multiple battles. The boundary shifts north and south. Storm after storm develops along it. But in January, cold air wins decisively, pushes the boundary south. holds territory, dominates. That's when snowfall opportunities maximize. That's when winter lovers get what they want. Stay patient, stay informed, stay prepared. This pattern is volatile now, but it stabilizes into cold later. That's the progression. That's the evolution. And for those keeping track, we're approaching Christmas rapidly. Then New Year's. Then January. And probably 20 to 25 days until winter really arrives in force, until the pattern delivers what December is missing. Mark your calendars, watch the forecasts. Prepare accordingly. December is the warm-up. January is the main show. And if models are right, January will be worth the wait. Brutal cold, heavy snow, active storms, classic winter. That's what's ahead. That's what's coming. That's your reward for patience. So bundle up for this Arctic blast. Tolerate the warm spell ahead. Navigate Christmas without snow. Because January is coming. And January looks absolutely brutal in all the right ways. Stay tuned for updates as we track each system, each temperature swing, each pattern shift. The road to January runs through December's chaos. But the destination is worth the journey. Winter is coming. Real winter. The kind that matters. The kind that counts. Just not quite yet. But soon, very soon, January awaits.